Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. We mentioned it a little bit last week.
How do you feel?
So good.
Is it good?
Yep.
Should I get it?
So...
Let me guess. Sonic and the others ditched you again. Is that why
Too far. I don't want to see it. That's crazy. You really just stood there with that. That's crazy. Dude, still, stop. It's just showing hole.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to And They Were Classmates.
Oh my God, they were classmates.
We are still fighting our electronics every single day.
Every single time we come in here, there's another thing. This one's set to 3x2. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I had to go into the settings of this camera, and I realized that for some reason it was set to a 3x2 aspect ratio, which was why we kept having to zoom me in really far.
Yeah, it's just a mess. It's a mess. There's a little bumpy road as we get used to all the new shit in here, but it's good. And I just swore in the first couple seconds we're demonetized.
No, not anymore. They changed the demonetization
Oh yeah,
rules.
I forgot about that.
RTGame was very excited about it.
True.
Because he was one of the main, he was legitimately like one of the main people behind like a major like Twitch movement over to from YouTube basically.
Mm-hmm.
He also in protest of YouTube's demonetization policies used the word YouTube as his censor for multiple years.
I love that. It has been weird, like all the little rules people have, and like especially when subtitling became huge, like the weird ways they'll censor words. Like I saw someone censor the word cigarette on a YouTube short for, like as a caption. Mm-hmm. I'm like I get it, it's like a drug and all that, but it's like, dude.
See, that's so that they can be on. That's that they can still be on kids' YouTube.
I guess
because they can't say cigarette on kids' YouTube, but you can on regular YouTube.
True.
So that's them trying to get that sweet YouTube kids money.
Mm-hmm. All the brain
But talking
rot.
about cigarettes.
Cigarette brain rot. Lock in 2026.
I mean, with all the fucking Italian brain rots, I mean, cigarette brain rot is like French brain rot.
Mm-hmm. True. But yeah, what else? As usual, I was trying to make our chapters using AI, right? Like I normally don't really like AI. Well, even that's soft. Like, I'd fucking hate AI. But for, like, chapters and stuff, I'm like, I can paste a transcript I should be able to paste a transcript into some fucking chatbot, and it gives me a loose outline of the chapters. And I still go in and fix, like, some of the grammar and the way it makes it, and I make it more lively. But we stopped doing this podcast for 10 months, and no AI has gotten remotely better at it. Nope. It was insane. I paste the transcript and it just doesn't understand. It makes a chapter for every 2 minutes and it ends at an hour. And it's like, I guess that's your chapters. And I'm like, I thought the podcast went to 90 minutes. It's like, oh, it does. Let me try again. And it's like 2-minute chapters all the way to 90 minutes. I'm like, maybe like a chapter change when the topic changes. It's like, that's a good idea. Like, I hate it. And that's all of the big ones. I tried Meta. I tried ChatGPT. I tried Google Gemini.
And I've been telling you from the beginning that you would save time if you just did the chapters yourself.
And that's what I ended up doing is like this time I took an outline from one of the chatbots and just went through the transcript manually, just scrolling, changing it whenever we change topics. But I literally think with this one, just while I wait for the podcast to render, I'm just going to do my own fucking chapters, which I should have done from the start. Here we go. Lesson learned.
Nolynn learning important lessons on the podcast. Not to glaze Mr. Beast.
Never again.
Not to use AI. And this is what the podcast is all about. We're all about learning here at And They Were Classmates. Learning and growing.
It's kind of a little classroom we've developed here.
Awful.
It was crazy.
No, I'm vehemently anti-AI. And I've told you this from the beginning, and I told you that I hated using AI when you were using it.
Yeah. I don't know. It just pisses me off that it's incapable of that. It'd be one thing if I was like getting away with it and it was like, you were like, I wish that.
Yeah, no, but
wouldn't work.
It was also the fact that I was watching you try so hard to use it, and I was like, you're using so much water trying to bully this.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking. This is me using AI.
I need you to know, your sip did come through on the headset. I know you're not wearing it, so you'll be able to boost that.
And that's all it takes for one chapter.
There we go.
For audio listeners, I just chugged down.
Ooh,
easily.
Take your water bottle off the table, bro.
Oh?
That makes an interesting noise when you set it down. You'll hear it. It goes like because it's like not quite flat on the
I
bottom.
see, yeah.
So
Whatever. I need a little rubber cap.
you do. You need to join me. I have a little booty on mine.
Mm-hmm.
For our audio listeners, I have the BBawaLas sway in eucalyptus. I only remember that because I had to put this color on pre-order because
Right.
when I first ordered it, they were out of stock, and I didn't want the other colorways. I wanted this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a little booty that's glittery that I got off Amazon.
Tight.
Yeah, I
Not
love
bad.
it. It's not an official Awala booty, so don't tell Awala.
It's like the Lafufus. That's an Awalfa. Ofwala.
Fauxallas.
Fawala. There we go.
Because faux is literally already a word for fake.
Mm-hmm. There we go. We learn things here.
Except my Awala is real. It's just my booty. That's fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my
An
little
Awala
silicone
BBL.
Not the Awala BBL.
BBOLala.
The BBawaLas.
BBOLala.
That just sounds like a. That just sounds like Baby No Money's next fucking album. Like that's his next crossover. He already had a crossover with Iron Mouse. He's been having crossovers with like various like anime and like in Hatsune Miku.
Mm-hmm.
So next we need the Baby No Money X Awala collab.
Yep.
Which would get me to overconsume because I am a person that only has like one reusable water bottle that I carry around with me at a time. Like I don't have like 17 million of them.
Dude, my brother's like that. He'll come home well, now he's in college. But when he was still around, he would come home like every 2 weeks with a new water bottle. I'm like, yeah, that's your new water bottle. And he's got like stickers all over it. And it's like, dude, you got to like like commit to one water bottle.
Yeah.
Like I kind of get it. It's like, you know, it's just weird though. It's just weird.
No, yeah, like I mean, I have a lot of old like reusable water bottles at home that I don't use, but it's because they're like different kinds of water bottles. Like
Sure.
they're like some of them are like coffee tumblers. Some of them are like sports bottles that I carry with me when I'm like biking.
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that. Which is one thing cuz you know, those have very specific uses.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I use my coffee tumbler for hot stuff. I can't put hot coffee in most of my other cups.
Yeah.
I could put it in my Awala, but I like having the plastic straw in there, and I'm not putting a plastic straw into
Dip
hot
it in the
coffee.
lava.
Yummy microplastics.
Yum, yum, yum. Love it.
Have you seen? There's this meme that's going around on Tumblr of the crow boy that destroys plastic.
No.
Have you? Okay, so this is like really. So it's based off of this awful like TikTok ad for a. I think it's a romance. I have to assume it's a romance, where it's like you enter the Fey realm wearing the forbidden sparkly plastic clothing, and then the big crow boy comes to take the or comes to destroy the plastic or something like that. And everyone on Tumblr is like, I mean, of course I'm gonna wear my giant dress made of plastic. It's not like there's a crow boy to destroy the plastic or anything. The author has clarified that he does not eat the plastic. He destroys it.
Destroys it.
Yes.
Got it.
I think some of my other favorite Tumblr posts about it were like, I go into the Fey realm where plastic is banned, but the only plastic I have is on the handle of my Glock 19. What are you gonna do now, crow boy? And like so it's stuff like that. And I just like in my brain, like every time it's just entered my brain and stayed there, like the microplastics in my blood. And one of the other posts that I saw was like entering the Fey realm and immediately getting fucking assaulted for the microplastics in my bloodstream. Like,
just torn apart, like fucking in X-Men 2 when they tear the iron out of that guy's bloodstream.
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
that, but with plastic.
But microplastics, just, ah!
And you get destroyed.
It's like
for your
either that or
sins.
they put me on like the most insane dialysis transfusion treatment you've ever fucking seen. They're clearing me out.
I love hearing about memes from other platforms that are just completely new.
Oh yeah, and my favorite thing is that it stems from like a TikTok ad, like because it is like that is such a TikTok book ad.
Yeah.
Like, there are multiple books that I refuse to read because I've seen ads like that and they make it look so much worse. Like it just doesn't work on me. I'm
You're
not
immune to the propaganda.
I'm immune to the trope based trope-based marketing.
Uh-huh.
That a lot of books are trying to do now. And it actually has turned me off of a lot of romance books.
Yeah, I think my ex was like the opposite. Like she really liked shit like that. All the tropes and
I like some of it. But I've become I love slop. Don't get me wrong. I love slop, but I do sometimes want to turn my brain on while I'm reading.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I'm almost done with like Throne of Glass, which is a 8-book long like epic fantasy. It's been describing wars, multiple POVs, whatever. When I'm done with this, I'm so excited to read something that's just like nothing.
Yeah.
Which is really ironic because the next thing I have picked up is a book called Gory Details.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like story after story of like weird medical stuff and like gross details of like how certain things work, whatever. And for me, that's turning my brain off because that's the same thing as like turning on a documentary while I do something else.
Yeah, like true crime or yeah.
Yeah, but it's like more ethical slightly because I'm just reading about like weird shit they found in dead bodies, like stuff like that, you know?
All the microplastics.
Yeah.
In the dead bodies.
Well, yeah, and it's also about, I don't know what all's in there. I kind of skimmed it and I was like, oh, this looks interesting for my this is a good like pivot in my brain. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how people read like nothing but tropey, fluffy romance stuff because I would get so sick of it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how. I mean, I went to Barnes and Noble with my ex a couple times. And yeah, she just like she'll just like pick up anything that's like enemies to lovers, like anything at all, and like a couple other of those same types of tropes.
And see, I can't stand like I can't sit here and pretend to be some kind of fucking snob. I like reading dark romance because it like not even for like the romance aspect. I just like it like scratches the same itch in my brain that like AO3 did, but it feels better. Mm-hmm. You know, because I'm not dunking on fan fiction. Don't get me wrong here. I spent so long on fanfiction.net. Check that. Wattpad, AO3. But now, as like an adult, I don't want to have AO3 open in public, but I will read like Haunting Adeline in public, which sounds worse because it's like, oh, I'm like reading smut in public. But at the same time, it's like at least it's a physical book.
Mm-hmm. Right. There's some like merit to that.
So I feel like I can at least pretend, like if anyone asks me about it, I can be like, oh, it's part of my book club.
Yeah, I'm just reading. Yeah, just like, catching up.
You know, I've heard about it.
Just seeing what the hype is about. I love this shit. Just seeing.
And it's really funny because I was explaining it to Ace. I was like, I don't read when I'm reading dark romance. I'm not reading it as like a thriller, and I'm not reading it as like a. Like I'm legitimately taking it in the exact same way I took in fan fiction as a teen, where like I'm reading it and I'll look up at Ace, I'll be like, read this, like take a look at this horse shit, isn't it great? Like I kind of love that it's kind of horribly written, and that no one is like a real person, like because like the ones that I just mentioned, Haunting Adeline and Lights Out specifically, are like kidnapper ones where it's like, oh, he stalks me, but I'm into it. Right. And it's like, oh, like whatever. But it's so funny to me to read that I'm sitting there giggling and not like, oh, it's like titillating. And I'm like, that's so fucking funny that she's like, the way that this book is written. Yeah. Because none of them are written super well either.
Right. Well, and then you know, you're reading it from like this ironic perspective. Are there people who genuinely like read it and like it's like the best thing in the entire world?
There are people that read it with one hand, yeah.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of people that are just reading it with one hand.
Interesting.
But well, because that's literally the premise of Lights Out. Lights Out is a book that was written by a girl on TikTok, if I remember correctly, because she was like, wouldn't it be funny if I wrote a book about these girls that are obsessed with the masked guys on TikTok? Mm-hmm. So that's like the whole plot of Lights Out, is that this girl is obsessed with like this one specific like masked thirst trap making guy on TikTok, and she's commenting on his stuff, not realizing that it's like her FWB's roommate, and he just doesn't like see like his roommate doesn't even know. No one knows that he's this guy. Because in real life, he's the son of a serial killer, and he looks just like his dad. So that's why he does the whole mask thing, is because he doesn't want people to see his face online. Because he's gotten recognized in public where they're like, you're the son of this horrific serial killer. And he's like, no, please don't recognize me for that, actually. You know? so then he ends up realizing that like they end up meeting, and then he becomes obsessed with her because he realizes like, oh, she's the one that's been commenting on all my stuff. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna like make her fantasies real, because she comments on all of his stuff like, I wish you were stalking me, I wish you would follow me. And he's like, okay, then I'll do it. And she is into it, and they like live happily ever after. It's like, but it's such a ridiculous concept that my brain cannot take it seriously at all. Like, and I think that's why. I think it's because it's like, it feels the same way as like looking up, oh, soft boy, edgy boy, AU. Like, it's so I can't read it like literature. I have to read it like fan fiction.
It's the only way to.
But it makes it so much more fun.
Sure.
At least for me.
I'm with it. I'm gonna pop my 5-hour energy.
Oh yeah, you need to pop your 5-hour energy. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
I got excited talking about books. I read 300 pages yesterday.
God damn.
Because I got a notification that my book is due tomorrow. And I was on page like 460 of 980. So I read I read like 300 pages yesterday, and then I read 200 pages yesterday because I have to read 150 today at least, because then I know I can fit in 150 tomorrow.
Jeez. It gets like that.
Well, because for me, at least for the size of these books, I average about a minute a page. And I know this because I use a tracker that during the summer for the summer library reading program, I have to track how long I read. So I use an app that helps me track how long I read.
Yeah. Bookly's great.
Yeah, the app that the library uses is Beanstack, and I can say that because a lot of libraries use. I know that multiple libraries across the nation.
No, I'm gonna bleep it anyway. I'm kidding.
Multiple libraries. They did the same Color Our World like thing. Like I saw different libraries doing it all over the place, so I know like that won't dox us for once.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, but I use that, and then I use Storygraph because I'm not a huge fan of Goodreads.
Yeah.
That's my hot take. I don't really like Goodreads.
What did they do?
I just don't like their platform.
Okay.
I just don't like using their app. I like Storygraph a lot more.
Is it like UI? Is it community? Is it?
It's all of it, honestly. I just don't like it. I've tried using it multiple times. I'm not a person. I like reading other people's book reviews, but I'm not a book reviewer. When I'm tracking my books, I don't like reviewing them very much. So, and Goodreads basically requires that.
Yeah.
If you want to be in like any kind of community on there. And I'm not that worried about following people that I don't know about what they're reading. So what I like about Storygraph is that me and a couple of my friends have all added each other. So we all just get updates about what we're reading. But it also gives me a breakdown of like what my most read genres are, who my most read authors are, how many pages I like, how the length of the books that I tend to pick up, like whether it's 300 pages, like 300, 500, or 500 or 900 plus, like whatever. Stuff like that, like stats that literally no one cares about but me.
No, I totally get it. I'm a stats head.
Yeah, but
you gotta have the spreadsheet.
No, and it's great because you can break it down like by year or by all time. If you pay for Pro, which I don't. If you pay for Pro, you can get like custom ones too. Like you can be like, oh, I want to find out these exact like.
Yeah, Letterboxd does a similar thing because I just for 1 year I'm paying for the highest tier of it just to see what it's like and to support the platform. I don't really like it that much. I doubt I'll renew. But the one cool thing is like, yeah, you do get your all-time stats and then your year stats, and it's like, here's how many hours this year you spent watching movies, and here, if you go all-time, it's like you've watched 7 movies from this sound designer, and then you click into it and it's like, oh, that's cool. You know? So I totally completely get it.
Oh yeah. And I don't know if Goodnotes has that kind of thing now, but I know that like when I found Storygraph, I just knew that like Goodreads, sorry.
Spark Notes.
Well, no, it's because Goodnotes is the app that I use to keep all of my like work notes in, which I do pay for Goodnotes, but that's because I want.
You want good notes?
Well, yeah, because Goodnotes, if you don't pay for it, you only get 3 notebooks, which was fine for me for a really long time. But now that I'm producing content on the reg for my job, I actually need
notebooks.
I need a lot of notebooks.
Look how many pages I'm fucking filling out here.
No, yeah, especially because like I do half of my work from home and half of my work in office. So I use it to also keep track of like, oh, okay, so this is while I'm out of office, I can have my GoodNotes here, and then I'll just bring my iPad with so I can transfer them over into my physical notes in my office because I leave those there, so I always have them because those are like my schedule and like what all I have finished, like what I haven't finished, because I like having physical copies of that.
Yeah.
Because then if like my iPad dies, I don't go, I don't remember what I have and haven't like edited and sent off and offloaded it onto the drive yet. Like I don't.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Never be too digitally dependent. And then I can't even imagine what it's like to have that sort of ratio, but to like digital stuff and then like having your stuff like in AI, like with fucking tech bros and shit. Like the idea of like having like your schedule in like Notion, ChatGPT, AI.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, just kill.
just kill.
Just kill them all. And that's an ATWC stamped statement. God.
Oh sure, that one can be stamped. But my talking about Bush is too far. I see how
you
it is.
You gotta stamp it. It's like how you do you see the clip of Mark Zuckerberg saying like, yeah, Meta AI might be a flop. Oh well.
No.
He was like talking about how much he spent on it, which is some hundreds of billions. It doesn't even really matter. But he's like, yeah, we might end up losing this race, but you know, it'll be a good learning experience. And it's like, dude, with hundreds of billions of dollars, you could fucking solve world hunger.
Yeah,
God
but you also kind of have to respect him being like, we flopped.
Yeah. That's been the whole Facebook Meta thing this entire time.
Well, I feel like they're also the only social media that's willing to admit that anything flopped. Like, when was the last time you heard any other? I mean, everyone still calls it fucking Twitter. Like,
well, I think about like literally 6 months ago when they were like, we're gonna make Grok not woke, and then it called itself Mecha Hitler, and then they were like, ooh, and then now Grok is woke again.
Yeah, now people. It's so funny watching, like so often on TikTok people post like the text to speech. People getting mad at Grok for stating facts and calling it woke.
Yes.
Because it won't be, because they'll literally be like, why aren't you being racist?
Literally. They're like, that's wrong. Prove it. And it proves it. And they're like, you're cherry picking evidence.
Which is really funny because Grok is, I hate to give Grok any credit, but it's one of the only ones I've seen with actual data to back it up for a lot of its statements.
Grok has beliefs. Burr has none.
And that's ATWC stamp.
There you go. We need an on-screen graphic for that.
I'll design a stamp for us. It'll be we'll just have to figure out the rest of it. It's fine.
Yeah, easy. Burr has none. Ooh.
Two fucking theater kids. Speaking of theater, I've gone through one weekend of my show. I've gone through one weekend of 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
And I'm the asshole. I didn't know and I didn't show.
It's okay.
It's my bad.
It's okay.
I feel bad.
I'll allow it just this once.
Okay.
But if you're not at opening night next time, you're getting executed. No, it's fine. It was so exhausting, honestly. I love the show. I love everyone that I love everyone that I'm doing the show with. But having Tech Monday night, full dress Tuesday, Wednesday, and then show Thursday night, show Friday night, Saturday matinee, Saturday night, Sunday matinee.
God, that is a week.
I took off work on Sunday. I did not work. I did not teach Sunday school this week because I was like, no. I slept in until 10:30 on Sunday morning.
And the kids were like, Jessi isn't here? 6'7", 6'7".
I told them, I actually bribed, last week, I bribed them because I had a feeling I wasn't going to be here. I wasn't going to be there. So I told them, I was like, if you guys are good for Mr. Eric next week, because he's a pushover. I love him, but he's a pushover with the kids. I was like, if you guys are good for Mr. Eric next week, I'll bring Starburst when I come back.
Ooh.
So I have Starburst at home waiting for them because as far as I know, they were good for Mr. Eric this week.
Right.
But it's just so funny. Like when I told them that I wasn't going to be there, because I was like, I'd rather say I'm not going to be there and then surprise I'm here versus the opposite. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be here next week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. You would have thought that I was going to be gone for 2 months, the way that some of these kids hugged me. And they were like, Jessi, I'm going to miss you. I'm like, what?
Just one day.
I'm like, I'll see you in 2 weeks, babe. I promise.
2 weeks is a lifetime for a kid, though.
Oh, it
God
really
damn.
is.
A 2-hour movie is a lifetime for a
Exactly.
kid.
For some of them, yeah.
These days.
Luckily, most of our kids are like movie night at home families because most of them are like couple siblings, so they kind of have to. So they're able to sit down for a movie. But we have had times where we've had kids that can't even sit for the whole video.
Yeah.
And it's not a very long video.
No.
So I think I want to say the Story Lab is maybe a 10 to 15 minute long video.
And they're still trying to hold down to 2 times speed it.
Yeah, for real. Did I tell you about the AI in those videos now?
Yeah. That was last week.
Okay. I was like, I couldn't remember if I mentioned that last week.
Did you get anything back from the company? Because I know you said someone was writing a strongly worded letter.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard back from them yet, but I'm really hoping that with just the poor quality of the AI from that video, they're gonna get some.
Yeah.
Because
the worst part is like you're probably gonna get a response back that's like, that's a very interesting observation.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
with
AI generated.
all the fucking M dashes and all. Like, no, but like, the thing that pissed me and Renee off the most about it was that it was just bad quality AI.
Yeah.
It looked worse for them to AI generate the like flapping fucking gums that wasn't quite synced up and was just kind of blurry and weird than what they did before, which was just having the static image move. And then it was basically an animatic half the time, where it was like, oh yeah. And it was really cool because they worked with that. They made it look like a comic book half the time, or they'd make it look like manga specifically. The anime themed ones were my favorite.
Of course.
Well, mostly because no one else got the jokes. I was the only one laughing at some of the bits. I mean, like, that's a JoJo's reference. There was a JoJo's reference in a couple of them. And I was like,
Tight.
no more JoJo's references from the AI. I
Just
bet.
fucking AI generated garbage.
No, yeah, and it sucks because they did have a lot of really cool, like, unique art that now they're just feeding into an AI machine to, like, it's like, why don't you just use the artists?
Right.
Just pay your artists.
They're there. They're still alive and well.
And we pay you so it's not like we got a break on. It costs more than it did when we initially sent in.
God,
Why does
so messed up.
Why does it cost more when you're using less people?
So messed up.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. HWC. Anyway, do you have more about your show?
So it's so funny because the show is one of those shows that a lot of people think that their kids will like, and then we have to be like, hey, this is a PG-13 show. Because like it is adults playing kids, so there's a lot of adult humor in it. Like there's a whole song called My Unfortunate Erection. Like it's just a series of boner jokes. It's great. It's a great song. But like, so it was really funny going from like the ancient groups that had like season passes, because the group that I'm performing with is very like season pass based. So all of these like ancient people that have had season passes forever listening to our boner jokes and like my character is like a super like aggressively liberal progressive like character, to the point that we actually had to depoliticize her a little bit because we were like, technically we're supposed to write this really topical like rant about like current politics and how like stuff doesn't make sense. We legitimately did not feel safe making jokes about either way.
In front of the silent generation, no.
Yeah, no. Well, because it was either that we had to betray the character and make her a little Republican, which doesn't work because she is like it's written in that she's like the leader of her school's GSA. She's the daughter of 2 gay dads. I'm covered in pride pins. Like, so she's very political. But with the area that we're in, I can't make jokes about the administration not making sense. And that's explicitly what it's supposed to be, is that it's me being frustrated, being like, this makes as much sense as, and then they were saying like, oh, mention like Bill Clinton. They were talking about, at least they're fucking each other instead of us, like stuff like that. And it's like, I can't say any of that shit right now.
Yeah.
Like,
bad time. Or you'll get Jimmy Kimmeled.
Yeah, I'm like, or worse. Like,
Or worse.
So that's like fascinating to me. I've never had to depoliticize a show.
Yeah.
And I think that not to be that guy, I think it says a lot about where we're at.
Absolutely.
That like in a fairly small town, in a not I'd argue a fairly purple area, but
Yeah,
more,
absolutely,
but more of a violet than an indigo, shall I say?
Mm-hmm. with that shrine on that one street.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yup. Yeah. So it's just like, I'm so interested to see how it's going to progress if we're to the point where a small theater company did not feel comfortable making political jokes.
Yeah, when especially like it's not like you're like selling out like, oh, we'll lose a lot of season pass holders, but like
it's a
it
safety
is that.
concern. And it's also a safety concern because a lot of the people in the cast are queer.
Mm.
And I don't even mean like, oh, like we like if you know, I mean like they work for a local queer organization.
Right.
They work like, or they do queer, like they work on, we have a local organization that focuses on queer theater and encouraging like people and encouraging like gender nonconforming people to come in and audition and stuff like that. We didn't want to put that, like we realized that we had kind of a spider web if we started something.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we were like, we didn't want to accidentally start anything with a ill-timed joke. Especially, and I know we don't want to get too political on the podcast, but especially in the current era of Jimmy Kimmel, Charlie Kirk, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because
it's just a weird time.
There's really not, it's hard to make jokes about stuff like that.
In the words of someone not so wise, it's like nothing's funny anymore. It's like legalized comedy.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like you can't make jokes anymore.
For
God,
real.
I hate that clip. He was high out of his fucking mind. That clip. He had the sunglasses on and everything.
Happens to the
like
best
goddamn
of us.
Christopher Lloyd and nobody too. That was insane.
No, but yeah, so, but I still have 1 week left. I don't have as many shows. It's just, we have a Wednesday pickup, and then it's Thursday, Friday, 2 shows on Saturday, and then we're done. I don't have a show on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I am still planning on going to work after the cast party. So that's going to suck, but then I can take a nap after, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. As long as you can see where the next nap is, everything's fine.
I can see the nap in my mind's eye.
There it is. Yeah. I was planning on waking up at 7 o'clock today, going on my Pokemon Go walk. And then it reached 7 o'clock. I bought on iTunes for $1.29 the Pokemon theme.
Nice.
For my alarm, which sounds cool, but like imagine like the first note of it, like while you're sound asleep. It really wakes me up. And then I was like, I'm not going to do this. So I said, okay, Google, set a timer for 2 hours, right? So it's 9 o'clock and then I'm going to shower, then I'm going to go to the podcast. And in those 2 hours, I had a nightmare where I slept until like 6 p.m. and I missed the podcast. And I had a text from you in the dream that's like, haha, goes to show like the one time I come early, it's like you're just not even here because you were there at like 11:30 or something.
That is 100% how I would text you in that situation too,
Exactly.
which is really funny.
And I felt just terrible, just gutted. And I was like, maybe we can do it tonight. And you're like, I can't do it tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. And it was just terrible. And then it was that great feeling of just waking up. And it's like I got to like travel back in time to where I didn't miss the podcast. I'm like, okay, Google, what time is it? And it's like, it is 8:56. I'm like, yes!
You had like a vision of what could have been.
Exactly. I had like a bad alternate future. And I got to, I got to Back to the Future too. Take it back from Griff.
No, a little insider. I was late today because I got up to take my shower and I was like, oh, quick before I shower, I'm gonna check to see what my makeup looked like and like what I wore so that I don't, because I am terrified of looking the exact same on 2 podcast episodes, like doing the same makeup and wearing the same t-shirt.
Right.
Because I'm like, I can wear the same makeup twice in a row. I can wear the same t-shirt twice in a row, but I can't do both. So I was like, so I just checked to make sure that I don't do the same wombo combo, you know? And I was checking and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I realized I looked at the camera. I was like, I feel like I look chopped. So I texted Nolan. I was like, I'm going to be late because I need to do more makeup than I initially planned on.
Yeah. Which was all good. I was still buying gasoline at that point. And then I went to Walmart and bought popcorn chicken. I've been everywhere
Which
this
is
morning.
goated. I love Walmart popcorn chicken.
So good. But it's always just a little cold. And it's like, dude, you were under that heat lamp for a long time. Like, how are you
Which,
this
do you go to
cold?
your Walmart or my
Yeah,
Walmart?
yeah.
Okay, the problem is that you need to go to my Walmart. My Walmart always has hot popcorn chicken.
Let's go. Well, because what it is they added like a little stand at the very front of the store, that kind of like quick trip looking area with just a couple deli foods just to like get people, I think, going to the
quick
deli.
buys.
Yeah. So I usually just grab the one in there instead of going all the way to the
Oh, well,
deli and
there's
being
your
like, can
problem.
I have popcorn chicken? But it's just so damn convenient, and I needed to save as much time as possible.
That's so fair.
So
I
is
think
what
more
it is.
places need to have popcorn chicken.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
It's so good. Because I especially love popcorn chicken because I used to buy it a lot on my way out of town to go to main campus because I could eat it while I drove.
Yeah,
Because
it
it's
is a good driving food.
it really is. And also, popcorn chicken always tastes different compared to nuggets and strips.
Mm-hmm.
I will die on that hill. A lot of people are like, well, boneless wings and chicken nuggets and popcorn chicken are all the same thing. And I'm like, contraire.
Yeah.
They all taste different.
They all taste very different and very different textures, and it's such an
Exactly.
uninformed opinion to say such a thing.
Exactly.
It's such a. I've had each of these things like 3 times in my life, and I think I can make a judgment.
Yeah,
you
like, no.
can't. You don't know enough.
Exactly. No, but so many places got like KFC used to have popcorn chicken, not anymore. So many places that do fried chicken now used to do popcorn chicken, but now they've just taken it off the menu. Like Walmart is the only place in town that you can get popcorn chicken, and I'm not kidding. I've checked.
It's kind of surprising because I feel like it's such an easy food to make so much of.
Exactly.
But maybe it's just dead in terms of like it expiring and nobody buying it. But
I think it's because
let's get the streets back on popcorn chicken.
this is my hot take. I think we need less nuggets and more popcorn chicken.
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
I also, I noticed that they took the popcorn chicken away when they started pushing the chicken nuggets more at KFC. And the chicken nuggets are way worse than the popcorn chicken was at KFC.
I'm sure.
The popcorn chicken but I'm also a little biased because I remember the laptop boxes. And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
laptop,
We talked about that on the Valerie episode.
Exactly. I miss the laptop
And
boxes.
the Guitar Hero meal.
Yes.
We'll just
Dude.
recycle every old bit.
Might as well. That's what everyone else is doing.
Um,
It's because we know what we're talking about.
Yes.
We're telling the truth.
Did you try the Taco Bell chicken nuggets?
I did, and I actually really, really liked them.
I kind of didn't. I might have got a bad batch. I felt like
you had to get a good bed. That's the problem.
Okay.
That was the problem that I had with them, was that you had to be lucky about your batch.
I felt like that was the one time where I was like, I think these are shitty boneless wings marketed as chicken nuggets. But
See,
again, that might just be my batch.
I think it was just your batch, because whenever I had a good batch, it tasted like really like thickly breaded delicious chicken nuggets, and every time I had a bad batch, it tasted like really bad boneless wings.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
like-
So I just had a bad one.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But I also really liked the sauce that came with them. I love a signature sauce.
Yeah.
I love a signature sauce. The sauce at Taco Bell really reminded me of the chicken tender sauce that they have at McDonald's now.
Oh, okay.
I think it might be the same sauce,
Sure.
or at least it's like similar enough.
Wendy's today removed ghost pepper ranch and they added Wendy's signature sauce. So I've yet to
Ooh.
try it. I'm hoping it's just a rebrand because ghost pepper ranch is my favorite sauce in the entire world. If they get rid of that for good, like my relationship with Wendy's is kind of messy. Because
Oh,
I
man.
understand the barbecue's good. I understand honey mustard. Blah, blah, blah,
I was gonna say
blah,
I'm a
blah,
barbecue
blah.
head.
But ghost pepper ranch is my favorite sauce in the entire world. And if we're done, like Wendy's, I don't know.
You got to try the signature sauce.
I
and see if
will.
it's-
I will. And they also made it so adding a little sauce to your fries costs 50 cents now. It's like, God damn it.
At that
But
point, you might as well just get the Frosty to dip it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do have the vanilla frost. They've had the vanilla Frosty, so I've been going to
It's
Wendy's
true.
a fuck ton recently.
Because they changed the idea of limited time Frosties to more like Culver's, I guess, where they're just adding like layers of stuff in
Yeah.
between a vanilla or a chocolate
Which
Frosty,
is what
which
was what we have been saying, which
Yeah.
is more proof that ATWC is the only objectively correct podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. You
We're-
can't trust anyone else.
No, we are telling 100% of the truth. We would never lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Here in our recording studio in Gamerco, New Mexico.
Gamerco, New Mexico, unincorporated county. Rest in peace. I wonder if my Steam page still has it on there.
I think so. I realized recently that I accidentally left Discord and Minecraft open on my computer.
I saw that you tumblr on
Yeah,
on
so
Minecraft.
yeah, so I checked. I found out because Ace went to play Minecraft and it was still open, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh, Ace, I need you to close Discord," because I could see that Discord was open up. I was like, "Ace, I need you to close Discord for me." He was like, and I was like, "Wait, before you close it, let me check." It was at 171 hours.
Yeah, because when I was texting you
2
like
minutes.
the AI transcript stuff, it was like Jessi has been playing Minecraft for like a day and a half, and I'm like, wow.
I was maxing.
I knew it wasn't real, but I was like, that's so funny.
And I know I can tell you exactly what happened because I do this all the fucking time. I just don't usually also leave Discord open. I was in the middle of doing something in Minecraft and I got called down to dinner, so I just went all the way to menu and turned off the fucking monitor.
Yeah.
And then I just went downstairs because I was like, "Oh, come back up," and then I just didn't make it back upstairs. And then apparently,
for a couple days,
apparently no one used the computer for a couple fucking days.
Hell yeah.
It could be worse. To be fair, my Steam page is a goddamn mess because Ace and I have shared a Steam. Like, Ace has been using my Steam account for so long. I have so many thousands of hours in games that I haven't played. Mostly RimWorld. RimWorld is my most played game on Steam. I've never opened it. That's all Ace.
All him.
Well, it's because he didn't have a Steam account for a while. So he just used mine because he was like, "Oh, I'll just put like 1 or 2 games on it." And then he got his own Steam account because we started getting games that we wanted to play together. And it's not like I can't transfer all that shit over. So he keeps just playing it on mine because that's where all of his fucking mods are.
Yeah. And I don't even know how like the Steam family sharing stuff works. I've never looked into it. I know they have those features, but it's like at that point you're already
It's
3,000 hours deep.
It's just easier to let him keep playing on it and let my. I think I even put on my Steam page somewhere like, guess which games are my boyfriends, or like
Yeah.
Because my. But at least it covers up all of the embarrassing hentai games that I played with my gamer friends during COVID because it was 3 a.m. and we had nothing else to fucking do because we were stuck in our houses.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, which I cannot believe it was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The 2020s as a decade has just been so incredibly fucked. Everything feels like it was like 6 months to a year ago.
Yeah.
And that's also just part of growing up, is that time moves faster. But I think specifically like entering the pandemic at like 15 and now I'm 20 and like everything just feels so recent. It's so weird.
See, and now I have this problem where ever since the pandemic, even though I am 24 now, I have chronically felt 19 years old.
Yeah.
Like I like that just stunted everything in my life so quickly. Well, like, and especially because for me, like that switched my major.
Yeah.
It completely changed my life plan because my life plan had been a lot more experimental in terms of like incoming career, because I was like, oh, I want to get a theater degree so that I can, and with a psychology minor so that I can figure out a way to therapeutically apply to use theater therapeutically for people. Like that was what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then the entire theater scene shut down and I got scared. So I was like, fuck, I need like something less experimental to like survive, because all of a sudden I was looking at like being a fully grown adult in the pandemic was a whole separate thing, because I also was realizing how little I was like really able to do at that point, because like I couldn't apply for the I couldn't apply for the checks because I was a full-time student legally.
Yeah.
So I wasn't getting, I just had no income. I was stuck at home. I had no income. Ace luckily was getting the stimulus check, so we were still like able to put gas in the car and everything. But it's not like we had anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I lived with my grandma who was in her 90s, so I wasn't going. Well, at the time she was in her 80s, but I was like, I'm not going fucking anywhere.
Yeah.
Like it was
Crazy time. That's why I was so lucky to be like 14, 15, and 16 during all that. Because like I'm just watching Dream SMP and making fucking like bagel bites.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was also making bagel bites, but I was also like smoking a lot of weed right before that because I was worried that the world was ending.
Yeah. But I was just like in high school just chilling. Like I was like, Shmi, I'll be back and I'll graduate in 2023. I don't care.
You were
know? And I was like perfectly fine to do that. So
hey, you were like sick.
very stress free.
Sick. I get to sit at home. Awesome. Whereas I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
I have to sit at home.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Well, especially because it was also really weird because, like, my dad was working from home at the time, and he had never worked, like, my dad had always worked in a factory. He had just gotten a new job in his plant as a purchaser, and then we all got sent home, so he was doing all that from home.
Yeah.
And so he was doing work in one room, and I'm doing my schoolwork in the other, and then we're just kind of like, okay, we're spending all of our time together as a family now. Love you guys, but damn.
Yeah, and yeah, that's again just the age difference thing. Because yeah, I can't imagine being like my age now, but like forced at home.
But spending quite literally 24 hours a day at home.
Oh god, I couldn't. Holy shit.
I started working out because I needed an excuse to spend more time outside. That wasn't, and I was like, I can't just like. I mean, I did spend a lot of time just sitting out there, but I was like, I need something to do while I'm out here. Because at the time, I wasn't, like, reading a whole lot yet because I was still in college. So I was still like, oh, I don't feel like reading. But I need something to do besides sitting and staring at my phone, like, because that felt awful.
Yeah.
Because everything online felt awful. Because, you know, it was also the height of the fucking, like, it was right after the election and everything. And it was just... it was just so
It was
exhausting.
a bad time.
It was exhausting. It was just such like an exhausting year for me, which is crazy because I was always someone that had considered myself kind of an introvert.
Yeah.
Until I was forced to be an introvert, and then I was like, I need people.
Yeah.
That's why like I apexed my like the most time I've ever spent in Discord during that time because I was like, I need connection and people. I'm so used to going and spending. And at that point, I was used to spending all day with my friends. I was going to college, spending all day bumming around campus, and then going to a friend's apartment, and then spending the whole night there, and then coming home at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, I was so used to not being in the house and doing my own thing and going to work and like having money and being able to do
Having
whatever.
a full, like, blossoming life.
Yeah, it was like I was just starting to get my life figured out, and then COVID happened, and it was all gone.
Get inside.
All of my hobbies were gone. All of my friends couldn't come and hang out because a bunch of them are immunocompromised too, or lived with people that were immunocompromised. Yeah. So a lot of us, even once things started easing up, we had to be really careful about how we hung out. And we were all proved right because we did all get COVID at one point.
Yeah.
Like,
and like, especially early COVID days, it was very mysterious and like, you know, I hesitate to say like fear mongering, but it seemed like really, really, really deadly for the first couple.
It was.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is that like it was so bad during that point. And I think now it's easier for us to think about it and be like, oh, well, COVID, it's like a cold.
Yeah.
But that's because,
I guess that's with vaccines.
I was going to say, but that's why we all got vaccinated, was because it would weaken the strain. And if we had all gotten vaccinated, it might be gone by now. But, you know.
But that's a topic for
another day. So... But when it was first coming out, I mean, there were obviously milder cases. Like, I think a lot of people now can point to an illness that you had around that time and are like, that was probably COVID.
Yeah.
But for the amount of people that were like fine, there were just as many people that have permanent lung, like the hospitals were full of people with lung damage. And to this day, like, people are finding out, like, now people are realizing like, oh, I have brain damage.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are finding out that they have brain damage and that they can't trace back to anything. Long COVID causes brain damage.
I remember I have two specific moments. There was one where I was eating a chicken sandwich and I was just putting hot sauce on it, and then I take another bite and I put more hot sauce. And I take another bite, put more hot sauce. And my mom's like, "You're really putting a lot of hot sauce on that. Can you taste that?" And I'm like, "Nope." And then we didn't get that one tested because I don't know, in part of like my household, I guess we just didn't. But then also, I don't think it was really like widely available at the time. Like, I think, you know, there wasn't like those like take home kits. It was like we had to like fully go out and get tested. I was going to say,
you probably had to go drive through a pharmacy.
So we were just like, it's probably COVID. Let's just stay in. And then the other time was like, I remember I was streaming and I was making flying machines in Minecraft. And something about just like all the pistons and redstone going off, it just gave me like this brain fog and like weird deja vu for a solid like minute and a half. And I just had to like end the stream and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I think that was COVID too. Cause then soon after I was like confirmed I had it. And it was just such a bizarre moment to me. I was like, I like actually just fully fucking like like zoned out. It was again mix of like deja vu, confusion, overwhelmed, but like dissociate all at once. And I'm like, I think this is like COVID brain fog.
Yeah, no, that's what it was. That's probably what it was. I don't want to. I can't
You're
fucking
a doctor,
diagnose
no?
it. Yeah. Yeah, you guys didn't know that my bachelor's degree is in COVIDology?
Oh my goodness.
It's basically what it feels like. But so when I had COVID the first time, because I only had it once without a vaccine, right? Because luckily I was so careful. Even serving at Cracker Barrel, I managed to only get COVID once before the vaccine. It was unfortunately right before I was eligible for it, so I had to wait an extra 90 days after, because that was when they were still making you wait after, just because they were like, well, we know that you're going to be okay for about that long, so we need to give other people the vaccine first. Like that's legitimately what their reasoning was at the time. So and when I had it, I remember I had the worst sinus headache, and and since then I've been really sensitive to pressure, so I genuinely think that like my sinuses might have gotten a little damaged.
Yeah.
Because ever since then, like whenever there's a pressure change, I get really bad sinus headaches. I've told you about this before, that I do get that. Like there's been a couple of times where I've come in like popping an ibuprofen, like because it's raining, like and that didn't happen before I got COVID. And I don't want to say that it's because I had COVID, because it also just could be, I'm getting older. Like I'm 24 now. I was 19 when I got COVID. So it would be fine if like it would make sense that it's just something that developed as I got older. But the fact that it never happened before I had COVID, when I had the worst sinus headaches, like that was how I knew I was sick, was that I started having sinus headaches, and then I got so stuffed up, and then I was draining for so long. Like I felt so awful. Luckily I didn't lose my sense of, like, beyond my ability to breathe, I didn't lose my sense of taste or smell.
That's good.
Which I thought was crazy, that I was that stuffed up, but I would still, like, I would check, I'd smell candles. And I was like, no, I can still smell candles.
God, I still got my smell.
Yeah. Well, because when Ace got it from me, he was completely anosmic. He couldn't taste or smell anything. To this day, like, he used to have an even bigger sweet tooth than I do. He used to be a huge chocolate fiend. Like, we were the type of couple that would buy like a small cake to split, We haven't done that since, because ever since he lost his sense of taste and smell, when it came back, he just never got his sweet tooth back. Yeah. Which is, again, something that you could attribute to us getting older, because we were, but also Ace is a couple of years older than me. He was 21 when he got COVID. He, like, cold turkey, just stopped eating chocolate the way that he had for the first 21 years of his life. That's a little crazy. Yeah. A habit like that isn't just broken because, like, COVID, and then that's it for the rest of your life. Exactly. It's like something like that, like, usually would come back in some way. But yeah, long COVID's weird. And I feel like especially right now, it's like we're not going to get any research done on that until at least 2029. I really possibly 2033. I really think that it's going to be like those fucking CTE, like, head injuries, where we're only going to realize that they're there when people die and get autopsied. Yeah. And I don't mean that in like a, like, oh, they're going to hide it. I just mean we're not going to realize it's there. No. Also, yeah, much like lead paint and stuff. I think I said that last time, that COVID was our generation's lead paint. Oh, I think, 100%. Like, it's like there's a lot of, like, and especially like spending that much time online and stuff, that's like we're gonna be studying the effects of that for a long time. Oh yeah. I was talking with Ace recently about how, like, I genuinely think that my dad had a better, like, childhood and young adulthood because he didn't have the internet, even though it was worse in so many other ways. Because my dad was born in 1965. So, like, he's the only Gen Xer in his siblings. He's the youngest of the 4 siblings, and Gen X starts in 64, right? So my dad's technically a Gen Xer, but he's basically a boomer. Yeah. And it's really interesting to me how much, like, I guess it's just how often I think back about how socially he had a significantly better time in his, like, 20s than I have. And I don't mean in terms of, like, oh, like, me going out and meeting people and I'm having problems with that. Like, I don't mean that. I just mean in general of, like, having things to do. Yeah. Just shit being open and just shit being there. Yeah, like, I mean, my dad tells me all the time about how the year that's the first Star Wars movie came out, he went to see it. I think it was 17 times.
Ooh, that would be awesome. And tickets are like $2 a piece.
Well, yeah, and the reason why he went was because on certain days they had $1 tickets, and he would go because it was the only place in town with air conditioning.
Oh, this is just a win-win-win-win-win.
Yeah, and I'm like, that sounds fucking awesome.
And nowadays it's like, do you want to see Incredibles 3 for $17.99?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off.
Well, and it's also like, I don't know. It's so there's also so many other things that just like aren't a thing anymore. Like this is gonna sound really old head, but like going onto a patio at a bar and bumming a cigarette is something that for so long was like just what you did. Like if you didn't have any cigarettes, you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna go and see if anyone at the bar, like if anyone has one on the patio, see if I can, chat with someone enough that they'll give me a cigarette, Right. But and I don't even mean this in like in this world of vapes way. I mean, if I walked up to someone and asked and like chatted with them, and then it's like, oh, and can I have a cigarette? They'd be like, what do you mean? Why would I give you that?
What are you gonna do for me?
Exactly. Like I'm being so serious. Yeah. Like it's.
And it's part of like everything's just so expensive. Like the value of like giving you a cigarette is like
a whole $1.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
This point. Yeah. and that's why I was like, I can't think of anything else similar that describes the just lack of like community that I feel with my fellow man compared to how my dad describes his 20s.
Yeah. Well, just because like everything is computer.
Exactly.
Like it's like like in many ways, and not for everyone, but like sitting down watching a movie with your friends is sitting down watching a movie in Discord with your friends.
Exactly.
And it's like all these little things that are like convenient, but then they also take away like the humanity of it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to not have rehearsal on Tuesday this week. I get to go to bingo. I get to see my friends. Because every Tuesday I go to bingo with my friend Shelby and her family and our friend Donovan. And then we go to Shelby's house and we all sit together and we watch a movie, and it's usually some dumb fucking frat bro comedy so that we can just talk over it the whole time. Except I accidentally showed my friend who was adopted Juno because I didn't know how Juno ended. My bad. In my defense, I'd never seen that movie before, so I didn't realize that, spoilers for Juno, that she goes through with the adoption, but the adopted mother becomes a single mother because he was also adopted by someone that then became a single mother right after. So I was like, oopsie, my bad. Didn't know that happened. And I also forgot about that part of his lore because so.
Just a bad lineup of things. And then you're like, oh no.
But
he liked it a lot,
right? He did love it.
So there you go.
5 stars on Letterboxd. The shit hits me where I live.
Yep. Yes. What did I have?
I'm so sorry. I've just been yapping.
No. Have you heard of this One Battle After Another movie?
I've
Leonardo
heard
DiCaprio.
about it.
I watched it. It's pretty good. I liked the first half a lot more than the second half, but it was still really cool.
Did you see the post talking about how at the beginning of his career, people were trying to get Leonardo DiCaprio to go by like Lenny David or something like that? Well, yeah, because they said that Leonardo DiCaprio was too ethnic.
Oh, God.
Italians.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool. It was the wokest movie ever made. God damn it. The whole thing said like fuck ICE the entire time.
I love that.
It was awesome. It was very cool.
I think it's really funny that Leonardo DiCaprio has been doing a series of woke movies.
Yeah.
Because he also was in, what was it called? Don't Look Up. Wasn't he in that one too?
Possibly. I know he did the one with Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
That one was cool.
He's been kind of woke with it recently.
He's a little woke with it.
Do you think it's to cover up the 25-year-olds that he's dating?
Quite possibly.
He wants to match their politics.
Exactly. Yeah, he learned so much about them, and he's like, God damn, that's compelling.
Have you heard the rumor that the reason why Leonardo DiCaprio always has like a 25-year-old model girlfriend is because they're just like models with contracts, and that he's actually a gay man?
Really?
Yeah. So there's this fucking conspiracy that Leonardo DiCaprio is actually a gay man. And I'm not saying that this is something that I believe, and I don't think you should talk like this about other people, but I just think it's fucking crazy to say this. So what they're saying, what the people are saying,
what the streets are saying,
yeah, is that Leonardo DiCaprio is actually a gay man. He's been in a long-term relationship with I guess he has like a male best friend that he hangs out with a lot, and that he's like known forever. So
there's old pictures of him and Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. So it's like the two of them are actually together, and what he does is he just basically gives a model a contract for however long, and that's why they all leave when they turn 25, because they're basically just dating him for a little bit of PR. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like I've dated Leonardo DiCaprio, like I'm in the space, like making the connections, all that. And then once you turn 25, you're done. Like, and then like your contract is up, and then he can maintain like this like Playboy, you know, like, oh, isn't it, I hang out with young models, like clearly, but he's secretly a gay man.
Right.
And that's also, it's also, they also say that that's why all of the model, like all the ex-girlfriends sign NDAs, because that's also a thing. They all sign NDAs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might just be that Leonardo DiCaprio is a middle-aged man that's insecure and doesn't want them to talk about their sex life after they break up.
And yeah, once they reach full brain and body maturity, he's like, ugh.
Yeah, but
Get out of here, wench.
yeah, but I think it's insane to look at anyone and be like, well, clearly you're hiring these models and giving them an NDA.
Saying like, I see what's happening here, and it's the most batshit insane thing
Yeah,
you've
exactly.
ever heard.
That's the only reason why I was like, I'm not speculating.
Exactly.
I just want to share this.
Oh, I see. Dylan Mulvaney is actually a detransitioner who's going back to
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Dylan Mulvaney was actually was born a woman and then transitioned to a man and is now detransitioning back to a woman. Which is also what Nolynn is doing. Fun fact.
Exactly. Hi guys, I'm coming back to Team W.
Love that for you.
Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. We mentioned it a little bit last week, and I've played 10 hours of it.
How do you feel?
So fucking good.
Is it good?
Yep.
Should I get it?
So I'll say this. The Switch version, like, it still runs at well, I don't know about on Nintendo Switch. On Nintendo Switch 2, it still runs at a solid, like, 60 and all that.
Yeah.
It looks good. And then the Switch 2 edition is coming out later this winter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're still planning on buying a Switch, like Black Friday or whatever,
Yeah.
I think it would be a good game for it.
Switch 2 is going on my Christmas list this year.
There you go, yeah. But the Switch 1 version, it's definitely, like, lacking compared to the PS5 and the PC version.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's still really good for what it is. And I think, like, going into it, I was like, this is not going to be a Mario Kart World competitor. This is on the Nintendo or the Nickelodeon kart racer and like Garfield kart level type of game where it's like, yeah, it's a fun little alternate kart racer. But it actually is like this beautiful little yin yang to like Mario Kart World where you're instead of like, there's still like those route tracks, but instead of like being in between two races, like you do one lap and then you enter a portal to a strange world, and then that goes for your second lap, and then your third lap is a final lap on the original track, and then the song changes and it'll be like Supersonic Racing, and it's really cool.
Nice.
And yeah, there's just a lot to it. You know, you when you queue up for a Grand Prix, you have your rival, and that's just a random Sonic character, so you'll be like Amy, and then they'll have like custom rival dialogue and stuff.
Nice.
And Jet will show you his butthole. So that's
yeah, I've
cool.
heard that Jet shows hole.
He does. He just stands there like that, and the camera's behind him, and he's trying to look cool, but he just like the angle doesn't change, his expression doesn't change, and he's just standing there showing you. I'll flash a picture up on screen and probably blur it, but
Pixelate it
yeah, exactly.
for his modesty.
So it's a little fucked up, but I think there's genuinely like what I was talking about with Mario Kart World, where there isn't a lot of like collectible like trophy stuff outside of the open world. Like Sonic Racing definitely has that, you know, where you can 3-star the cups and then you have to check off every rival to unlock Super Sonic. And then if you spend enough like in-game currency that's not like microtransaction, like you actually earn it from playing on the characters, you can earn like little Fortnite like glitch variants of them, not Fortnite variants, but you know what I mean, like the super styles in the battle pass, but for the different characters.
Speaking of Fortnite, Did you hear about the emote that they had to remove?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, so spoilers for Peacemaker season 2. I haven't seen it.
Nope.
But so no in-depth spoilers, just like spoilers that you would have gotten off social media from reading about this. So what they did was they put in this little they put in this little dance that he was doing. I think it was called like the peace hips or something, like peaceful hips or something like that, where he was moving.
Be
his
careful.
arms.
Oh my God. You shouldn't do it.
No, you can do it. It's fine.
You should do it.
It's fine. They need only. This will encourage people to watch our YouTube. They get to see me do the dance. So he does that little dance, and it was just revealed in the most recent episode. I don't think it was actually confirmed, but it was like it was basically confirmed that they're on Earth X, which is the Earth that was taken over by Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
So that was actually a swastika.
Yeah.
So Fortnite was like, oh fuck, we can't have that in there. But I think it's so funny that there's a chance. I know that they didn't check with the Peacemaker people before they did it. They couldn't have, because they wouldn't have let that fly. But what if they did?
Yeah.
That, like, there's always the chance that, because they do have a really tight relationship now, DC and
Yeah, and Fortnite.
DC, yeah, because Fortnite's like the only place that Marvel and DC get along.
It genuinely is. Yeah.
Like, so it's really, really funny that they did that.
Yeah.
I think that maybe Fortnite should learn from stealing dances from places. Maybe they should start asking for permission, because they'd avoid shit like this a lot more if they wouldn't fucking... What do you have to pull?
Sorry, Peacemaker, but your emote is kind of offensive. This is bullshit. You kept Elon and Kanye in.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cybertruck can stay.
Of course.
I'm so glad that I said that, and you immediately were like, I need to pull
Yeah,
up
I
the
sent my brother
image.
that meme because he's trying to get me to watch Peacemaker, and then of course, like, I literally just get like a spoiler through, the news.
Exactly.
And
No,
I'm
I want to watch. Actually, that made me want to watch Peacemaker more.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even lie
Totally.
to you. I wasn't super interested in Peacemaker, and then I heard about that, and I was like, I want to see how they did that, actually.
My thing with Peacemaker is like, dude, I don't even like the term superhero fatigue, but like what Marvel did to like integrated shows in a universe, I'm like, you really have to get me to care a lot before I'm actually gonna do it, and that's
also
a product of like Marvel just beating me into the dirt with all these bullshit shows.
I also got another Peacemaker spoiler. That post Superman 2025 Lex Luthor shows up.
I saw that.
Did you see? Did you
While
watch?
I'm sitting in my cell listening to some butt fucking a twink.
Yeah, listening to these two mutants butt fucking next to me. It's so funny. The way
Awesome.
he says it with so much hate in his heart.
Yeah. Yep.
I've never heard a man say butt fucking so homophobically.
Butt fucking. Yeah. It's really great.
My goat. Oh, I love Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, it looks. I had one more thing on Sonic Racing.
Oh,
and it
did
was
you? I'm
that,
so sorry.
No. It's when Eggman. I don't know if this is when you're playing as anyone, but I was specifically playing as Amy. And when you pass Eggman, he goes, "Get back in line," and it feels very like fucking misogynistically charged. Like it sounds like terrible. It's, "Get back in line." And every time I like flinch a little bit, and I'm like, ooh.
The only video that I've seen from that racing game is Minecraft Steve's win emote.
Yes.
Because it's just him doing the shift and the hit, and it makes my heart happy, because
Yeah.
I love I saw a tweet. I did see it this time. Where someone was like, I really appreciate that that's a love letter to the community, not to the game.
Yeah, or the tweet I saw was like, this and Smash are like, they're not just referencing Minecraft, they're referencing how players choose to communicate in Minecraft, which is actually really interesting on like a, on a deeper level, where it's like, I don't even know how many things like really do that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the only other things I can think of are like the COD games making all their teabagging jokes.
Oh, sure.
And like a lot of stuff will have like, oh, an achievement for teabagging someone or whatever, or how many like Japanese RPGs have the achievement of like, hey, don't look up there if you're like trying to look up someone's skirt. Like, and
and also like I think like rocket jumping will get referenced in games a couple times, like ever since it was a thing in like goddamn like Quake or something. You know, like TF2 will have like the rocket jumper rocket where like you don't take damage from it. So I guess there are little references here and there, but like it's really interesting that it's like Minecraft, Smash, and Sonic Racing like this.
Yeah, like major companies are referencing the community over the IP now.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so cool.
Yeah. I really think like the fact that Minecraft is so built off of its community, I don't think there was really a way to avoid there's really no way to avoid it.
You could make him do like the emotes that they've added to like Bedrock Edition, I guess, but then that would just be like,
who fucking uses those?
Exactly. So it's so much cooler to just be like, all right, we'll make him crouch and punch a little bit like the
like you just won an actual, because that's what you do when you win a fucking game when you're playing Minecraft.
Oh yeah, when you're on the pedestal in Hypixel,
you gotta.
it's party time.
I have several it's really funny going through like my ancient screenshots folders and like old computers and seeing how many like you can tell that I'm rapid firing screenshots, because you can watch like my character's hand move.
Yep. And then in the chat it's like save screenshot, save screenshot, save screenshot. And it's just filling up with each one.
Makes my heart happy.
I chose to stream during the rapture and I got 0 viewers.
I can't believe they left you behind.
I know. It was so bad. I was like, what's the worst that could happen? It's Tuesday. And I genuinely got 0 viewers. I'm like, oh, fuck. Did it really happen?
I saw this post where it was like, what if the rapture did happen, but only like one guy went?
And we'd never notice.
I think it's really funny that all that rapture talk happened because like everyone, like I had a couple of people that were messaging me asking me about it and I didn't know what to tell them because Lutherans don't believe in the rapture. Like the rapture isn't biblically, like I guess some of them might individually, but the rapture isn't in the Bible.
Right.
Evangelicals.
It's a man-made construct.
Yeah, it's like evangelicals, I believe, are the ones that push that concept the most. Like there is the idea of the end days and like Jesus will return and like the 4 horsemen and all that, but like the book of Revelation is still there, but it's not everyone getting it's not like one day everyone is going to get sucked up into the sky. Like all the Christians are going to get sucked up and everyone else is going to get left behind. It's more of like shit's going to hit the fan and God's going to kind of open the fucking door open for people who are Christian to kind of be like, okay, it's all done. You got to come in here now. Oh no, you guys don't get to come. You guys didn't buy a wristband to this fucking party, okay? Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
At least that's how it's described, like theologically. And also an important asterisk is that one of the things that they emphasize the most in the Bible is that no one will know when it's coming. There is no way to know. Yeah. So whatever
So when people are like, I know, it's like, well, you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, we heard the signs. Like they said this, they said that. Like but important asterisks. They never said any. Like they didn't say like. And after this, 7 days later, like it's very general because the whole point is that we're not supposed to know when it happens. Because like that's kind of one of the foundations of belief. Yeah. Is that you're believing it because it could happen any day, but you also go forward with the knowledge that it most likely won't happen today.
It's like Yellowstone Park blowing up.
I mean, yeah. Like genuinely, yes.
Could happen any moment, though.
It could happen at any moment, but you know, you just got to kind of wait until it does. Yeah. And that's kind of how the end days are described in the Bible. And that's why we're supposed to have like consistent and unending faith. Because the idea is that, you know, the true believers of God will be welcomed into heaven, which will save their souls from whatever the fuck's going on earth and from being sucked down into hell or whatever. So it's like, it's kind of like an insurance policy. Right. You know, I'm buying in with my belief so that like, if some shit goes down, I'm covered. You know?
Yeah. It's like the Simba meme.
Exactly. Unironically, yes. So it was so funny to me having people text me and be like, are you worried about the rapture? And I'd be like, no, nope, it's not real. It's kind of like, I don't remember what comedian it was talking about how he grew up Jewish and he found out about hell from other people. Or it might have been a female comedian. I don't remember. But there was a comedian that talked about growing up Jewish, and then they went to their rabbi, and they were like, am I going to go to hell? And they're like, oh, no, hell isn't real. And they're like, oh.
That's good.
Sweet. Awesome. As far as, I don't know a whole lot about the Jewish specific belief, but they don't believe in hell. Sure. It's just not a thing. You're either God's chosen people or you're not. Right. Yeah. It was a weird day. It just really was.
Yeah, I saw one video from it where there's just a forest full of people just cheering at the sun, and the video goes on for an additional 5 minutes, and there's less and less people cheering at the sun, and then the quote retweet was like, I know that was a quiet walk home.
Yeah. Because they were also, like, people were saying, like, it's gonna happen at, like, 11:36 at, like, this time, and I'm like, what? No.
And then it didn't happen, and then they're like, I meant PM.
And they were like, well, you know, in this country, it's still, I think.
Oh, yeah, time zone.
Well, yeah, well, because they were also, I think it was like, it's going to happen at 11:36 because that was when the sun set on Israel. And I'm not kidding. That's what they were basing it off of. And that's what they were saying. That's Palestine. But, you know, but they were like, it's when the sun sets on Israel and that's when they're going to do it. And I'm like, no.
No, SpongeBob.
No, SpongeBob. The rapture isn't going to happen when the sun sets on Palestine. It's just, No, and then it happened, and then they were like, well, maybe it's gonna happen at midnight because it's still
Everything
you know,
good happens after midnight.
you get content ID'd.
No. That's a funny thing when I listen to old podcasts from like 2019 and they're like humming a song. They're like, wait, we can't get DMCA'd. I'm like, damn, what a time.
Dude, Smosh to this day, every time the cast members even start singing a song, everyone's like, no. Because they get fucking, well, they actually have had like, they've had issues with them getting like fucking content ID'd.
Sure.
Or fucking DMCA'd in 2025. Who the fuck?
What the fuck? How dare they?
Well, yeah, because they were like, they just sing a little, they sing like 30 seconds of a song and they're like, where's my money?
Where's my revenue?
You're making money
Where's
off of
my
me
AdSense?
now. And Smosh has to be like more careful about that stuff because they're, you know, a whole company with many employees to pay.
Yeah. My biggest fear is that, you know, we don't make any ad revenue off of this for now, but like our intro music is technically just a royalty-free song. And there's always the chance that those royalty-free songs, like what happened to Mumbo Jumbo in 2015, where those royalty-free songs just go, shmeep. I'm taking your revenue now. But I trust BGM President, which is the company that does our intro.
I have a couple of different places that I source music from for the podcast that I do at my church. Mm-hmm. Specifically, there's this one site that I use. It's by this. I'm not afraid to shout out my boy Eric. I think it's Eric Matias.
Tight.
Matyas. His website is just like ericmatias.com. ERICMATYAS. Come to 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. No, but he just makes, I don't know if he's still making them or if he made them in the past because his website looks ancient in the best way.
They always do.
But he just makes a bunch of royalty-free music and like music loops and stuff, and all he asks for is attribution in the like if we were producing audio only, he'd want us to like say his name, like, hey, we're doing this. But like since we make a video podcast, I just put it in credits at the end. But it's super cool because he makes a bunch of different stuff and he has it like all sorted by like vibe and like what you could use it for. Like he has it sorted by like fire levels in video games or like jazz. Like I use a little bit of like a jazzy one that he has that I think he has listed as like a jazz club loop.
Sure.
But I just use it as a little like intro outro because I struggle enough with the audio. I don't need to add fucking music to that.
Yeah. What sucks is the goat of royalty-free audio, Kevin McLeod. He started dipping his toes in AI-generated music.
I know.
I was like, come on, dude, you're the guy.
Dude, I use Kevin.
You made fucking Sneaky Snitch of all things.
Yeah, I use Kevin McLeod for fucking D&D campaigns all the time. Yeah. But now every time I look at him, I'm like, but is this one AI? Like any of the newer ones, I'm like, is it AI?
Is it AI?
I honestly stopped. That's why I didn't pick I was looking for a Kevin McLeod one for my podcast, and I was like, I just couldn't find any that had the vibe that I wanted, but also I trusted to not be AI.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what sucks is like even using the old stuff is still like using his resources and then in a way kind of promoting him and then kind of promoting the use of AI music. Like,
exactly.
Of course, there's no money involved and like it's still just all fucking royalty-free music at the end of the day. But it's like, I don't know. It's like you're still somewhat endorsing it in some way.
Exactly.
We don't separate the art from the artist here.
Now, when it comes to artists generating with AI, because that's directly impacting their work.
Yeah. And their legacy.
It's also funny because I feel like his music also got used all the time by like ASMR people, and ASMR is one of the YouTube has been hit really hard by AI.
Yeah, because fucking cutting the glass watermelon and it goes.
Yeah, and like fucking honey keyboards and shit like that. Like I'd follow a lot of ASMR artists that have just been doing like making it the AI real so that you can support someone real. Where they just like have a keyboard that they just cover in honey and type on that, and it still makes the same sound that the fucking AI did. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, so humans still on top, raw, you know?
Well, but it is sad how many people still are like they low-key prefer the AI generated ASMR, and I'm like, guys, cut it out.
I honestly don't.
No, not at all.
Like, and the funny thing is that like when I'm watching ASMR, like there are certain things that do actually, like I know not everyone actually gets like the tingly ASMR response.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just listen to it for like relaxation. But I do get like the tingles around the crown of my head and sometimes down my back. I've never gotten them from AI.
Because I think the AI stuff is made to be more like visually pleasing than anything.
Exactly.
Where the audio is kind of the secondary. But like people forget, like the term ASMR like literally refers to the actual effect it has on you.
Exactly.
But it's kind of been like been turned into a genre or like a type of video, ASMR, and then people are like, oh, I get the tingly stuff. But it's like no, like ASMR is that. You know, you're just watching a video. You're watching a video that gives you ASMR. You're not like watching ASMR. But,
yeah,
like,
I don't remember what it stands for. It's like auto something meridian response.
Sure.
Which is like it's kind of like some. I'm not gonna lie. Like ASMR, like the term comes from like some woo woo science. Like I don't even want to call it holistic. It's kind of woo woo. You know what I mean? It's very like, well, because it's based off of like the meridian of your body and like channel and like
Pineal
energy
gland
channels
and
and
all that
stuff.
shit.
Well, like the pineal gland exists, but it's more like they're talking about like energy channels when they're talking about it. But realistically, what ASMR is it's the tingly feeling that you get when you hear certain things that usually goes around the crown of the head. I can sometimes feel it through my whole scalp, and then a lot of people will feel it down through their neck and sometimes down their back. So like my biggest triggers for like ASMR are like hand rubbing, like the for some reason I don't know why, and like hair cutting, like a lot of like
snip.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like personal attention, getting you ready for the ball ASMR because it's just all of the sounds that I like. It's like fabric rubbing on each other, stuff like that. Because I feel like everyone either likes wet or dry ASMR.
That's a good like dichotomy to put it in.
Yeah, and I like dry ASMR.
Uh-huh.
I don't, because I know a lot of people that get ASMR from chewing. That's one of the places that's one of the reasons why mukbangs became so popular, was like over in Asia they became a lot more popular because it was more of a like, oh, we're gonna sit together and we're gonna talk and I'm gonna eat. Like it was more of that. Whereas in the West it was a lot more of like, okay, and then you're gonna listen to the sounds of whatever I'm eating.
Yeah.
Right? That's never done it for me. I don't like, I'm also not like, a lot of times when I'm watching stuff, I'll have to skip through, like, I can do some mouth sounds, but when they're just like trying, like, when you're listening to something, they're like, okay, and now I'm going to cup your ear with my mouth. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Get away.
Skip.
Yeah.
Skip.
10.
Yeah. I get it.
But I do like the sound of like someone speaking low and like maybe whispering, but I don't want them to be so close that I can hear every mouth sound.
Yeah. And that's how I found out about ASMR, the Odd Ones Out video, where he was talking about how he was making so many mouth sounds and he was trying to find solutions to it. And he was like, and some people get the ASMR from it, which if you don't know what that is, and then he goes into it. And I love how many concepts you learn from like an old Jaden Animations or Odd Ones Out video that are just to this day relevant.
I learned about ASMR from BuzzFeed videos because they were doing like people react to ASMR, and then it was like people try to make ASMR. I think the Try Guys had to try to make ASMR or something like that.
Sure.
But I initially found out about it through a video like that, where it was just like explaining what ASMR, like it was just like a BuzzFeed video explaining what ASMR was and having people listen to it for the first time. And I was like, holy shit, this sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And then I just looked up on YouTube like ASMR. And I remember vividly, I still have it saved. The first video that I ever watched was like an ASMR Reiki video. And I like put on my headphones and it was like just, you know, her whispering and like clicking crystals and stuff like that. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. I used to watch ASMR while I played Minecraft to keep me calm in the caves. Yeah. Like I'm not even kidding. I would be like, I'd be like, I'm caving. I need to put on my ASMR. I need to put on my ancient Chinese princess gets you ready ASMR.
But yeah, it is so interesting. Like the little things you'll learn from like YouTube and content where it's like, I don't know, when the Odd Ones Out was like making those videos and like Jaden Animation, all of them, it's like, you know, they're your teachers in some ways. And it's really interesting how that works and the way it sticks and the way you're like, yeah, I remember learning about that from a fucking Tim Tom video.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Ancient texts.
Yep.
No, I have a lot of weird random shit that I think it's really funny how often I'm able to say, I learned this from a Jenna Marbles video.
Yeah, exactly.
About like weird shit. Like there's one of my friends was like, I need soap for this like project that I'm doing, but I don't know which one's malleable. I was like, Irish Spring. And she's like, how do you know that? I was like, because Jenna Marbles made a bed out of Irish Spring soap for her dog.
That's crazy.
Well, it's because her dog Kermit was obsessed with Irish Spring soap because he's a little Italian greyhound. You know what those look like? The little, like.
I think so, yeah.
So imagine like a big greyhound, like the really skinny ones, but like that tall.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing, but. So Kermit was a little Italian greyhound, and he loved Irish Spring so much. Like if you put Irish Spring down in front of him, he's rubbing his face on it like a cat.
Like a cat.
Yeah, like a cat, which is crazy because Jenna was like, I've never owned cats. I don't know why he just goes fucking insane for Irish Spring. So they kept finding new ways to give him the Irish Spring fix that he needed. The pièce de résistance being making an entire dog bed out of Irish Spring.
Yeah.
Which was really funny because she was like, I can't get it to melt down, but what I can do is I can put the Irish Spring in here and use what I have been able to melt down in with another mix of like this other soap, like just clear soap, like soap base that she had gotten. And then I could Frankenstein it all together to make and just like layer in whole bars of Irish Spring and then do a layer of soap that still smells like Irish Spring and then just keep doing that. It's so funny. I miss Jenna Marbles so much.
Yeah.
I respect why she left the internet, and I hope that she is scream crying at Vanilla Mace scream cry laughing at Vanilla Mace clips.
Right.
Because I've seen how Julian and Vanilla get along, so I know that Jenna thinks that Vanilla's fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jenna Marbles is like one of the only ones that's like actually truly retired from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like it's getting a little more popular now. Tom Scott and Matt Pat, but like Matt Pat will still. You know, he'll make his little appearance every now and then. And Tom Scott's planning on doing more content now. And it's an interesting era. Instead of like burning out or like getting canceled, like people just choosing to be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, I mean, if you think like every time I think about it, I'm like realistically with the reason why Jenna left, I 100% understand why she would never return to the internet. Because, like, it's not like anyone canceled her. It's not like anything happened. She just was like, I said questionable things on the internet before that indirectly harmed other people, and I never want to give myself the opportunity to hurt anyone or anything ever again like that. So I'm going to leave up what I have because all of you guys love it, and I don't want to abandon you guys. But I don't feel comfortable continuing to make content when I don't know if I could accidentally hurt someone eventually. That was basically why she left. Because it was right around the time that a lot of people were getting canceled for blackface in old videos, and she had done blackface as she'd put on a bunch of tan to be Nicki Minaj, I think, at one point as a joke. And she had taken that video down before, but she wanted to talk about it because Jenna, as a person, never really like backed down from stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she went to get a fish and accidentally bought some of the wrong equipment, and she took down that video and uploaded a video that was 2 times as long, apologizing and explaining exactly how she had messed up and what she had bought for her fish and what you should buy instead. Because she realized that people would watch her content to figure out what to buy.
Yeah.
So I thought that taking that amount of responsibility for what she was putting on the internet and choosing to walk away from it because she felt like she wasn't up to that task anymore was completely valid. I mean, she made her money. She's still making money off that channel, I assume.
Totally.
Like,
oh my God. Especially now that there's like, you know, literally like a decade of like nostalgia built up in some people that they're like, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna watch fucking 10 of these in a row.
Exactly. And I mean, Julian's obviously still doing really well on Twitch, like, and all that stuff. So she kind of is living my ideal like YouTube existence of like having it come up, doing really well for a while, and then being able to step back and be like, I made my money and I can live off of what I've made and what my partner is making. I don't need to do this anymore if I don't want to, and I don't feel comfortable doing this anymore, so I won't. Yeah. That's like the dream for in terms of like content creation, I feel like.
Yeah, or at least choosing to like step back and like make the money or do really cool shit. Like I feel like that's like the point like Ludwig is at, where like he's not gonna sit there and do like an 8-hour stream and be all high energy. He's like, you know what, I'll run a 52-hour speed running event and I'll put, you know, cool creators in there, and like, yeah, you really got to focus on like what you're doing at that point, especially when you get past your 20s. You know, if you're 30 and you're still like high energy on camera, like fucking David Dobrik and shit, and it's like, you got to calm down, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I always appreciate about Jenna was she like really never had that like manic energy to her. Like even when she was younger, making videos, it wasn't like it was never, hey, what's up, you guys? Today we're gonna be doing like it was a lot more of like, hey guys, it's me, Jenna. Today I'm talking about this. And even when she was like doing the very like either skit based or vlog style stuff, like it was still like it always felt like an appropriate amount of energy for what she was doing in the age that she was at. Like even if she was doing like even if she got older and she was like, I want to be tall, like that whole thing where she just like was, or like she made herself a giant toothbrush costume and she's like laughing and being loud and having fun, but not in like a YouTuber in their 20s way. In a 30-something-year-old woman making something insane while her partner films it and isn't this fucking ridiculous that I'm just shoving straws into styrofoam right now
Right.
type shit, you know?
Yeah, I totally get it.
I don't know. I think obviously we want to do content creation because that's why we're here. But like, I do think it's very realistic to be like, I don't see myself making content forever. I wouldn't even want to.
Yeah, I don't know. For now, it's like I want to provide, the best safe space I can.
Oh yeah.
And, I've generated a little revenue doing it, but yeah, if I get bored, I get bored.
Exactly.
And there's always like that kind of into it, out of it. This is the coolest thing in the world, and I'm gonna take some time off.
Yeah.
Ebb and flow.
That's why it's so nice that we don't have like sponsors or contracts or any shit like that.
Yeah,
We're just making shit.
We're just making shit. God damn it, for the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
I'm so happy. And I don't say it to flex. I just say it as a genuine like what the fuck accomplishment. I have 12 active subscribers on my Twitch.
Man, that's awesome.
That's crazy. Like just the thought of someone clicking a button that says proceed to $5.99 checkout and pay that every month. I'm like, that's bizarre, but it's cool. I like it. I like my active chatters.
Nice.
Shout out Maddie drinks olive oil.
That does sound like an active chatter you'd have.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm terrified of the audience that I would gain on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm worried that I would get. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit of like brain rot for a second. I fear that I would get fucking parasocial quirk chungus'd the way that Vanilla Mace has been.
Sure. Okay.
Does that make sense?
A little bit, yeah.
Because like every time Vanilla is in a fucking stream with other people, everyone is just like everyone's like, people aren't talking to Vanilla enough. People aren't looking at it.
God.
She looks so uncomfortable. I hope they're being nice to her. Like it's weird. Like to the point that she's like, you guys need to fucking stop. Like these are people that I'm hanging out with. Or like recently, she was part of that Sanrio collab with Baby No Money.
Yeah.
And she was dressed as Hello Kitty. And Baby No Money was dressed as Cinema Roll. And after that came out, everyone was like, well, why wouldn't you let her be Cinema Roll? That's such a big part of her brand. Why wouldn't she be Cinema Roll? Mind you, she's fucking Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
The Hello Kitty, 3 apples tall. Much like herself, she's also only 3 apples tall.
Right. That's the best height to be. God damn it.
No, but like it's just so like but I don't know why. Like that's the fan base that I assume that I would get. But I think it's just because like I'm a kind of weird woman on the internet, and I feel like that's usually what ends up happening.
Sure. Yeah.
It's like that weird like parasocial. I need to defend my goddess.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be tough. Parasocial shit, it really scares me.
Yeah.
Like even when I'm like, there's a chatter right now that like wants to like gift me a game, and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I think that's fine. That's just like I want to see you play this so bad.
Yeah.
Let me pay for it for you. Like fucking whatever. As long as they don't ask for anything else after that. Like, oh my god, I sent you this game. Can we sit in Discord together?
Or like one chatter, like I was just showing what games I've played recently, and fucking on Nintendo Switch, when you go to your recently played games, your friend code is just right there front and center. And then I was just like, oh, I guess I just leave my friend code. And then one of the chatters was like, haha, I'm totally not going to rewind and go add you. I'm like, I don't know. It's not like I need my Switch friends list to be like all people I know and stuff, but I'm like, I don't know if I want like chatters and stuff. I mean, especially when you're like a small streamer, and like I think that's the time where like parasocial relationships are built like very strongly, because if they've been there from the start, like there's kind of some form of entitlement where it's like, well, I helped make you. You know? So I just worry about like feeding into that.
Oh no, I totally get that. I 100% get that. That's one of the reasons why I haven't, like, as much as I've talked about it, I haven't really gotten into content creation on YouTube at all, or like Twitch streaming, like, because every time I try, I like put it together and then either I don't like the video or there's something in it that my brain is like, people are going to attach to this and be weird to you.
Yeah.
Like, because I need to figure out kind of, I guess, how I want to manage that before. And I've decided that I want to manage that before I start making content on things besides like TikTok.
Yeah, I always think about, like, you can't take anything back. Like, anything that actually makes it out is there. And not even in like a what's on the internet is there forever way, but it's like, you know, if you like say something and it's like, even whether or not it gets clipped, like, it's still there, and it's like you especially early on, you have to treat everything like what if they find this?
Exactly.
You know? What else do I got? Did you see the new Star Wars movie trailer that's coming out?
There's a new Star Wars movie coming out?
It's literally it's called Mandalorian and Grogu, and it looks exactly like it sounds. Like, people were watching the trailer and they're finally catching on to how Jon Favreau has just fallen the fuck off. You know, how this guy made Iron Man and cool shit before Iron Man, but, you know, specifically he made Iron Man and now he's making this, like, it's so funny because it literally just looks like episodes of the show. And that's probably what it is. Like, I think Mandalorian season 4 kind of just got turned into a movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And it looks exactly like the Mandalorian looks like, you know, just where like the colors are a little flat. It just looks like a TV show, which is funny because I think season 1 of Mandalorian looked really cool at points, but then just over time it's turned into just Disney CGI budget, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
And of all things, people are taking shots from the sequel trilogy and being like, even this looks better, and I hated this. And that's so interesting that, like,
I love
the sequel revision. What is that word? Revisionism. I don't know. There's some word they're saying on the internet.
I'm trying to fully understand the concept before I try to guess.
They're like the same thing that happened with the prequels, where at first they hated it and now it's like treasured. That's starting to happen.
You're right. Historical revisionism.
Yeah. That's happening with the sequels now, just because people are pissed about the new one. And then
look, as a prequels lover, I'm so glad that the sequels are getting all the heat that they deserve. That the prequels didn't. Yeah.
And then there's also like an upcoming like fucking like Ryan Gosling and a kid Star Wars movie, and what? I don't know.
The fuck is going on with Star Wars?
I don't know. And apparently Taika Waititi's got something in the works for Star Wars, and
that's fine. Taika can do whatever he wants. What the fuck's going on?
I don't know.
It's so unfortunate watching Disney bastardize all of these excellent IPs.
That's the thing. I wasn't even too like Disney ruined Star Wars, but it's just like over time, like they kind of did. And I also just grew up. That's also a huge part of it.
Well, yeah, but I mean in terms of like also like Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, because realistically, I get that their big fear is that they run so much off of nostalgia, is that if they don't constantly bank off of our nostalgia, that they won't make any money. But the problem is that we're reaching a point where like kids that are growing up now aren't going to have any nostalgia for Disney because Disney isn't producing anything for them to have nostalgia for anymore.
Especially with the slate that was just released, like fucking Coco 2, Incredibles 3, Toy Story 5.
And think about it. What movies are the kids all the most excited about? K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
They're most excited for new stuff recently. They really like. I feel like I've heard way more about new independent releases and new IPs coming out than I have any of the sequels, even though the sequels have done better in box offices. And I think that that's because, people, I mean, yeah, you go and see Lilo and Stitch live action. Sure, you're not really gonna have the super fond memories of going to see a remake. That instill you to want to rewatch and keep revisiting the Disney brand as a whole that you would from watching the original.
That's what's tough though, is unfortunately like our generation is having kids now, and then they're able to use like Incredibles 3 to be like, okay, Gen Z, you take your kids to see this. And unfortunately it does make a shit ton of money. Like Inside Out 2 is the highest grossing animated movie of all time. Lilo and Stitch got like over $1 billion, I think.
But
so
that's what
like,
I mean, is that they're making a lot of like short-term money, right? They're making back the money that they're putting into these movies, and same thing's true with like upping the cost of Disney World, right? Like they were upping the cost of Disney World to try and make it more exclusive, but the problem is that now you're not going to have that consumer base of the average person that has nostalgia for it. You're not like Disney adults aren't going to be as intense as they used to be because now they aren't going to have the childhood memories of going to Disney because they couldn't afford to go to Disney until they were 25.
Well, and I feel like a lot of like business models right now are like, okay, instead of creating recurring customers, we are going to charge you a fuck ton when you get through the door, and you're probably not going to come back, but at least we made a lot of money. Well, and that's how I feel working at my movie theater, especially. It's like, dude, a trip with a family of 4 is easily like $100 to $150 if you're, getting popcorns, if you're getting all the shit. Like it's genuinely insane what they're charging, but that's just the business model is like, we're going to make a lot of money off you this first time, and maybe you'll come back in a couple years, but you're not coming back every weekend because you genuinely can't afford that.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy to watch the shift happen in real time, because like when I was a kid, I went to Disney once with like me and my dad. We just been
Hour 44.
Oh, extra long episode today. It's okay.
It's all good. Yeah.
No, yeah, but like I went to Disney once with my dad, and it was like a huge deal because we're across the country, so we had to fly. It was my first time in a plane. Flew down there. Like my dad and I spent a whole week down there. It was right after he got his master's degree, so like it was also like so we were celebrating that. And, I was 10, so it was also me being like, my dad's going to hang out with me again because he's been so busy writing papers to get this master's degree for the last 4 years because he was doing it from home online after work. Mm-hmm. So, like, that was, like, a huge deal, and we were able to run around, and we did so much stuff. Like, we went to, like, we spent one day in each of the main 5 parks, and I got to go to the BBawaLas boutique, and, like, we did the whole thing. And all I can think about now is that if I got my master's degree, I would never be able to afford that.
Nope. And it's so messed up.
If I was a fully grown adult working full time and I just wanted it to be me and my child. Like I didn't even take Ace. Fuck Ace. Ace can stay at home. Just me and my child going to Disney World, I would not be able to afford. Mm-mm. And that's insane because we were doing the cheap shit. We were staying at the All-Star Music Resort, but we took the free shuttle. Guess what doesn't exist anymore?
A free shuttle.
We took the free shuttle there used to be a free shuttle from the airport to your resort. And then there was the shuttle from the resort to there. You can't take the shuttle from the airport to the resort anymore.
Mm-mm. Get in an Uber and pay $75.
Yeah, and now to get from the resort to the parks, I think they still have a free shuttle, but now it's more like a bus.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I'm sure it runs way less frequently.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I mean when I say it's more like a bus. It's more like a pub where it's like instead of it being like, from here to the park, you're like stopping at every single resort and like.
That's what was crazy. Even the last time I was there in February, after a day in Magic Kingdom, we couldn't even get a bus back to Disney Springs where our hotel was. So we needed to go to a resort that goes to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And I get that's because Disney Springs closes at 11. So it's like almost nonsensical to run a bus specifically for that one hotel. But it's like, I don't know. Still, like, Disney Springs gets you probably to, like, Orlando. And, like, it's just run a bus to Disney Springs. What could be the cost?
Exactly.
What could be so bad, But we had to, like, time batch and I got blisters on my feet. I'm pissed.
Well, no, and it's not to mention the fact that like I went I'm trying to remember how far into the fast pass system they were. If I remember correctly, when I went, the fast pass system was still physical tickets that you had to go. You like went up to a kiosk and you were like, okay, it's in front of. I'm looking at this ride. I'm looking at the line. I want a fast pass for this ride. Here's my fast pass ticket, so I can come back in an hour and fast pass through. Like that's how it was. And then it went on to and we didn't use that a single fucking time.
Yeah.
We didn't need to. And that's a crazy statement for a lot of people. We didn't need a fast pass for me to. I went on all the rides I wanted to. I went on Pirates of the Caribbean. I went on the Small World.
Yep.
I went on Rock and Roller Coaster. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But now, if you go down there, you have to have the app. You have to start loading in your fast passes a full week in advance, to months in advance.
And buy Genie Plus when you're in the park. Don't forget.
Yeah, you have to get Genie Plus. You have to set all of your dinner reservations 6 months in advance as soon as they open.
Yep. And keep your phone out the entire time.
Yeah, you have to keep your phone out the entire time. I mean, when I was there, they still had the Kim Possible Around the World at Epcot thing where they handed you a flip phone and they were like, okay, you're going to go through. And you had to like type in numbers and send texts and you would get texts from Wade. It was awesome. My little 10-year-old self was like, yeah, I'm Kim Possible. Like, it was great. And, every so often, and we were there we were there to carbon date exactly when my dad and I went there. We were there during Stitch's Great Escape.
Yes, I went on that.
So we went to Stitch's Great Escape, and when we were there, everything was still Stitch themed. Like, they had taken the toilet paper off of the castle, but there was still some of the graffiti around.
Sure.
And so the Kim Possible mission was stopping Stitch from taking over Epcot.
Yeah.
So like, there was a couple of places where like, oh, I have my phone, and I sent them the text, and now Stitch is popping out of a cool ass display.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't even do that anymore.
No.
Like, they don't do any shit like that anymore.
Yeah, it's so messed up. And it's so unaffordable. And it's a thing I just described where it's like, again, like you're not coming back, you're coming once, and we're making a lot of money off you when you come once.
Exactly.
And like, I think there's been multiple articles about like people just straight up going into debt so that they can go to Disney World with their kids once. Like, that is a frightening concept.
I mean, my dad kind of did that because he took out some student loans because he didn't need to take out any other student loans.
Mm-hmm.
So he took out some loans for some personal stuff because he needed loans anyway.
Yeah.
So it was the interest rate's better on these than it would be on a private loan.
Mm-hmm.
So he did that, and it's fine, whatever. But so it was like a little bit like that. But that's not the same debt that people are going into now for it. Because now it's like legitimately the student debt that people are going into for a full 4-year education versus my dad grabbing a couple thou because it's cheaper to get that loan than it is to get a loan from his bank.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
might as well use those government subsidized loans that he didn't have to pay back right away.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Take advantage of all the government you can. And that's a ATWC stamped statement.
Stamped. All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we've been going for way too long. I always
okay.
imagine that you're keeping a watch on it.
I can kind of see it from here. But see, the problem is that I forget.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, before I could glance at it a lot easier, I think I could just do one of these. But now I got this big
I know.
old
I keep
speaker in my
forgetting
way.
you have the speaker in your way, so you can't help me check it. I need to be
And
better about
I
that.
don't want to do the motion of like doing this every time because I feel like it implies like, oh, am I done yet? Which is not what it is, but
And to be fair, we do know that there are chunks of this that are going to be cut out, so it's not going to be quite as long as we think.
Nope.
But it's fine.
No. Yeah, it'll be good.
It'll be good.
Anyway.
We'll catch you guys next week. I'll have more tales of theater probably.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have more random shit to discuss.
Totally. I'll fill another damn page
Yeah,
of this
fill
shit.
another page of the mini notebook.
Yep, and then fold it when I'm done.
Hell yeah.
'Cause it makes the cool shape. Here's my cool shape, everyone. All right.
There we go.
Goodbye.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.